Mitsubishi has a history of creating exhilarating cars that were also tied to a history of wonderful bits of motorsport. Oh, why, look at this right here. Why, this is an old Montero. I do believe these did quite well at a little race called the Dakar Rally for many years. For 2022 here in North America, Mitsubishi is a different company. Its lineup consists of the Mirage, the Eclipse Cross, and the Outlander. Now Mitsubishi is a company focused on improving its core lineup. With help from Nissan, it's doing that. This is the 2022 Outlander. It's Mitsubishi's flagship vehicle, and it's a unique three-row crossover with curious styling, but it does offer a fair bit of bang for your buck. So I have two main issues on the outside of this thing. There's a lot going on the nose. Out back, they have fake exhaust outlet ports. So what I'm saying is, ditch the chrome, show off real exhaust. This isn't an EV here, though there is a plug-in hybrid version coming, and the rest of this I can absolutely work with. You have a vehicle that wants to look like a real deal SUV here. It's got less rake than its Eclipse Cross lineup family member. This is more upright and rugged feeling. 18-inch wheels are standard on the base model, but 20-inch wheels are optional there and come standard on all other trims. The taillights look great, the little rear spoiler is good, and the shoulder line helps inject character into the profile view. Now on the inside, it's all good. This vehicle has been co-developed with Nissan, and that automaker is cooking up some seriously good cabin spaces right now. The gauge cluster feels very new Nissan. You also have the MyPilot Assist safety system, which monitors blind spots and front and rear spaces and handles adaptive cruise control safety as well. It can also slow for upcoming curves when using cruise control based on map data and if needed. Second row passengers can actually move the seats fore and aft and even dial in a little bit of a recline angle as well. The three-row setup is standard, but you can fold that rear row away. Mitsubishi considers this more of a two-row vehicle with the third row as a bonus seating area used only when needed. The gauge cluster actually reminds me of Audi's My Cockpit display in that it is fully digital and you can dial up exactly what you want to see as long as you get the upgraded 12.3-inch spec model. Now, the Powertrain, which is a 2.5-liter four-cylinder, produces 181 horsepower and 181 pound-feet of torque. It's paired with a CVT. I would love to have seen a turbo model making another 80 horsepower here, quite honestly. It's adequate. There's nothing exciting under there, but you can get out of your own way. So we don't have a ton of power under the hood. I said it's 181 horsepower, 181 pound-feet of torque, no turbo, no means of forced induction, no gearbox that lets you force it into a gear. However, the idea of a CVT is that it means you're constantly in the power band. And this does move enough to get out of its own way. It's not exciting. You're not gonna have visions that this should be wearing an Evo badge on the back of it. You're not gonna be running Dakar. This doesn't remind you of a Lancer Evo, like I said, or an Eclipse or anything fun like that. The old GSX-T. Just as a daily commuter vehicle, it's totally fun. It really is. It does get up and go at its own pace. There are paddles, so you can force it into some ratios and hold those ratios, even though it's all CVT black magic. This does have different driving modes too. Down here there's a dial, feels good on your hands, even though the wheel itself is plasticky. There's normal, to the left is eco, to the right there's a sport mode. Then you have, they call it tarmac, but it's sport mode. There's gravel, there's snow, and then there's mud. And you can just keep it in normal. And then the graphical display does a really nice job with different images for each different mode you're in. I like the tall screen here. It's big, it's easy to read. The seat is super comfortable, and we are not in a top spec vehicle. This is an SE. This is an SE with the tech package, so we do get the 12.3-inch display. We do get this bigger screen. We have a wireless charger down here. We have some goodies. But it shows that Mitsubishi is committed to providing a really nice upmarket feeling interior space across its lineup. As upmarket as can be without being overboard. I would never call this luxurious, but it is really nice, especially for the price point, especially for the segment. This row's comfortable, the second row's comfortable, the third row is there if you need it, but I have a feeling most people would just keep it down most of the time to make more room for stuff and things. The steering wheel feels good. The steering itself is a bit vague. There's not much going on there steering-wise, but it is light, which some people, or the average motorist, will enjoy. The shift lever is nice. It feels like the same one you'd see in the new Pathfinder. And all the things you can touch feel good, the fit and finish is good. It's nice and quiet here going down the road. This is a fine vehicle that becomes a good vehicle when you factor in the price. The price pushes the appeal of this up a lot. The exterior design doesn't. The engine has nothing exciting to offer, but just in terms of a total package and some of the tech features and the nicety, the nice looking display and the seat and the comfort and all that stuff, that's when it takes a moment for you to pop it into your head and really think about it. I mean, if you don't believe me on the price, go browse Autotrader right now and see what dealers are actually asking for this thing, and I think you're gonna go, huh, I might have to put that on my shopping list. Mitsubishi will let you spec Super all-wheel control, that's their all-wheel drive system, on any trim for an additional $1,800. Now, the starting price is $25,795 for a base Outlander, which is the ES trim. The SE jumps to $28,845 and gets you LED front fogs, 20-inch wheels, heated mirrors and seats, a multi-view camera setup, a lot more safety features, wireless charging, and rear USB ports. The most expensive version is the $36,445 SEL with the Touring package. You get a head-up display, semi-aniline leather, a power pano sunroof, a heated steering wheel, and a Bose premium audio system. Mitsubishi is definitely benefiting from this alliance with Nissan. This Outlander is a much improved proposition over the vehicle it replaces. The interior across the line is pretty great, but I could use more power under the hood. I would love to see the CVT go away, and that face could use a bit of a rework. Other than that, it's not bad, especially when you consider the fully loaded version is well under $40,000. It starts to look a little bit better. Not this part though. And with that said and done, I'm happy to get back into my Montero. Remember what Mitsubishi used to be?